Hello everyone, what's up? And myself, Purab, the host of the Spiritual Instinct channel in YouTube. And it is a very special day for me because I have a very knowledgeable, very blessed soul with me, my confidant and my friend Anjalli Agrawal, who is a very famous and renowned astrologer, numerologist, Vastu Expert, and tarot reader. So, hi Anjali, what's up with you?
Hi, Purav. I'm so glad to be with you on your show. In fact, quite honored that I'm the first one to be with you. And
Yes.
guys, I have to tell you, when it comes to astrology, Purav is the one. I'm definitely master of numbers, master of planets is Purav, your go-to person.
Mhm. All right. Actually, planets are our masters, and they give us that allowance to, understand them in that way, right? So
True, true.
that's because this is the first time we are going live. So there can be little technical glitch. So don't mind that
Yeah.
because as we go on this journey together, it's going to be a learning experience and things are going to be better and better, right? Because what we are doing is the third house thing, the third house, which is a Upachaya house, which represents media, entertainment, Instagram, YouTube, and all these things. So the more you get involved in these things, the better the quality becomes, right?
Yes, yes. And basically, the motive is to spread the knowledge, whatever we have, in a genuine way without any
Absolutely.
filters. So, yes, guys, there might be technical glitches. You might feel that the quality is not great, but as we progress, we will definitely work on it. And Purav and my intention here is to provide you any unbiased information so
Mm,
that you can know yourself better, you can understand yourself better, and at the same time, you know what is real, in this world because today this knowledge of astrology and numerology is so easily available, everywhere available.
absolutely.
Everyone is a numerologist, everyone is an astrologer, but how much is real? How do we come to know
Mm.
that whatever information you're getting, is that really genuine? Can you really apply them on your own? That's what Purav and I'm are going to help you with.
Yep. And our horoscope is a filter through which we scan and we try to understand people, their potential. All right. So let's say astrology connects with Jupiter, all right, and Ketu. Similarly, numerology connects with the planet Mercury, right? Because it's all about, and Jupiter, of course, because Jupiter is spirituality, and Mercury is logic, number, and the harmony or the algorithm of life. That is Mercury, like how we understand it, right? And when we look at my friend Anjali's, energy, the energy with which she is vibrating. So she has got an exalted Mercury. So she always surprises me with the amount of depth that she has gone into the field of numerology, the research. Because I used to think that number one belongs to Sun, number 10 belongs to Sun, and then 28 belongs to Sun. But she has come up with a research which is actually indicating that one itself is a different number and it has got a different characteristic and
Yes,
attribute, and 10
yes,
becomes slightly different and 28 becomes slightly different. All right. So
absolutely
uh,
right.
we'll start with number one, Anjali. So what does a person understand when he is born with this number one, and which planet is influencing the person, and what to expect from life?
Yes. So as you said, Purab, 1,
Mm.
10, in fact, 10, 19, 28. So let's put it that way. They are son of the same father. Okay. But obviously, you cannot expect them to be in the similar way just because they are from the same father. Okay.
Mhm.
So their
Mhm.
father here or the ruling planet here is sun for all four of them.
Okay.
So right now we are talking about number 1, number 10, number 19, and number 28. Anyone who is born on 1, 10, 19, and 28 are ruled by sun. Their father is sun.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, obviously, 1 is just made about a single number, 1. 10 is made with 1 and 0. 19 is made with 1 and 9. 28 is made with 2 and 8.
Mhm.
So they are carrying energies of all these numbers. Now, 1
Oh, all right.
being a single digit number, it
Mm.
doesn't have any 1 with it. It's on its own. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a zero, it doesn't have any other number with it. So whatever it does, it will do it on its own. But since it doesn't have a backing, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like you shine, but you can shine up to a limited space only. Now,
All right. Okay.
at some places, don't be weird that, the sun comes and it stays for a limited period,
Correct.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is number one there. So basically, it means that it's going to shine, but for a limited time. It has to work hard. If it has to
Mm-hmm.
compare to other ones, right now we are talking in comparison to other ones. We are not talking in comparison to all the numbers. Okay.
All right. All right.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you ask me, in all the four numbers, if we see all are one numbers, all are sun numbers, and they should shine equally, but it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
This one will need a lot of backing. This will
Mm-hmm.
need probably another one's number,
Okay. All right.
or it would need another strong number, let's say four, let's say nine, to keep it going or to keep it shining. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, number one will have obstacles in its life. It will feel that, I want to be like a son, I want to be like a king, but why am I not able to reach that potential? The hurdle
Mm-hmm.
that this number will have will be quite a lot more than 10, 19, and 28.
Okay. All right. Because here, this number one is alone and it doesn't have a support system.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
So,
All right.
it's very necessary for all of us to understand that having a compound digit will always help you in life because there are two
Mm-hmm.
numbers there. Doesn't matter if it's a good or bad number. Okay, we can
Okay.
always
Okay.
mold the energies. We will, as we progress with our sessions, we will keep talking about which numbers are good. There are no such bad numbers, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, the energies of those numbers are less. They need a little more push. They are not self motivated numbers. So I would not want to call them bad numbers, but yes, they are low vibrational numbers.
Okay.
So what I'm trying
All
to
right.
say is that if one even is coupled with a low vibration number, it will still have some
Mm-hmm.
energy with that number. So it's always good to have a double digit number. If you're planning for your special occasions, if you're planning for your baby, okay, if you're planning for
Mm-hmm.
any such event, preferably choose a double digit number.
Okay. So, for example, let's say we have a number one born person. Let's say somebody who's born in 1st November, and then there is somebody who's a 19th November. All right. So when when you look at the graph of the person's life and the attributes, what is going to happen or what is happening with him,
Mhm.
what becomes the difference between both of
1
them?
and 19.
One
Yeah. This
and
is a
19.
good
Yeah.
way to compare. Yeah. So, see, Purab, here now 19 has a backing of 9. Okay. And
Mm,
number 9 is ruled by Mars.
mm,
Being an astrologer, you know how the energy of
mm.
Mars is. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love if you can throw some energy or you can throw some info to our audience
Mm,
about the Mars energy so that, I can help them
mm.
to understand it better.
Okay.
Can you guide them on Mars?
See, Mars is a very fiery planet, all right, because Mars has two zodiac signs. So, excluding Rahu and Ketu, the seven planets, they rule a certain zodiac sign. So, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, all right. Now,
Right.
Aries is the Mool Trikon sign. Mool Trikon means the primary zodiac sign, where it manifests and where the characteristics is expressing, all right. So, what is Aries? Aries is fire, Agni Tattva. It is changeable in the sense keeps changing. Like children, they have a fluctuating mood, right? Sometimes he's angry and sometimes he's calm and again becomes angry. So he has got a rash temperament, Mars, all right. And Mars gets exalted in Capricorn, which is the sign of Saturn. Like a soldier goes to enemy territory and then he has to fight and become victorious. All right. So Mars is a planet which is very dynamic, ambitious, and it has got a lot of target in life, high ambitions because it is fire now. I have to burn and I have to use my energy to do something great in this life. All right. So Mars is a warrior, is a soldier who is always ready to fight to fulfill its desires. Okay.
That's
In
right.
short.
That's right. Yeah. And if I have to give you an example, I am Mars energy. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's 12 in the night at my place. I stay in US, California. But does it anywhere show that it is 12 in the night and I should be sleepy? So that's what
Absolutely.
mass energy is. Yes, if I have to give you a live example. So
You
now
always are
imagine,
energetic.
yes, I'm always energetic. Exactly.
Mm,
So imagine sun getting number one, having nine with it, getting
mm,
energy of
mm,
mass.
mm.
What a, ultimate combo it can be, right? What a
Absolutely.
burst of energy it can be. Already sun is energetic, and then you have mass with you. What
It's
else
like a king
do you need?
who got his army also now. That
Army
let's go
also.
and achieve. Yeah,
Yes. So now can you imagine,
exactly.
Purav, how much they can shine, how much they
Mm,
can conquer in their life, and how it is different
absolutely.
from one now? So that's
Yes.
that's what we want to, tell all our clients, tell all our
Mm,
audience that do
mm,
not, get into this generalized thing that all the ones are same, or
mm, mm,
why this
mm,
is not happening with me. This is how you will learn to distinguish that, why I'm facing a certain obstacle which the other
mm,
person with the same number one is not facing, because they have backing of other numbers. So 19 is the ultimate number, if you ask me, in all the series
mm,
which we
mm.
have talked for one. Between 1, 10, 19, 28, 19 is the best number for anyone who is born with one. Only
Okay.
because
So
1 and 9 has beautiful, good planets. Both are fast moving
absolutely.
planets,
Mm,
both are highly energetic planets,
mm,
both are very ambitious. They want to do something in their life. They cannot sit. Okay, I
absolutely.
can also call them restless.
Mm.
They can be, highly energetic. They can kind of overexert themselves, but that is okay.
And
Okay,
let's say the 10th house is where Mars gets exalted, and
right.
the 10th house is where the Sun gets a lot of strength, the afternoon,
Yes,
right? 12 p.m.
yes.
afternoon Sun, right? So it's like these two fire elements, these two planets are able to behave according to their energy, their nature, and they are able to express themselves because both of them are joining here.
That's so true. That's so true. You're getting it right, Purab. And that's what
Mm,
we want people to understand, that how it helps and how you should be choosing your numbers,
right.
Now let's talk about I mean, I would want from you, Purab, to understand how would be 10 different from 1. Let me take your exam now.
So can I take a consideration that let's say 28. So it has
Mhm.
got 2 and it has got 8. So 2
Right,
corresponds with moon, right?
right. That's right. Yeah,
And 8 is Saturn,
that's
probably.
right. Yes,
So when
yes.
we bring moon and Saturn together, from an astro perspective, it is like wish yoke. So a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotional, uh, you know, tension and fears maybe. So am I right or am I wrong?
You totally got it. You're on the way to become a numerologist now. So, yes, that's how exactly it is. That's the
Mm,
reason I was telling you every one number, though their
mm,
father being son, they will behave in a different way. So, here
mm,
2, 8 is kind of the lowest vibration number in the series of 1. The reason
mm.
being 2 being the moon, ruled by moon, 8 being ruled by Saturn. Moon is emotional, Saturn is slow. Okay.
All right.
So
Mm,
now what's going to happen is
mm,
their soul definitely want to rule the world like sun. Okay.
mm, mm, mm,
But
mm, mm,
the mind and the heart is slow, is lazy,
mm.
is
Mm,
slow pace. It cannot run.
right.
Okay. So the body probably wants to run a marathon, but your mind and heart is not supporting it. So even though
Mm,
they are
mm,
ruled by one, they would not progress that much in their life, or they will always feel there are some or the other emotional things coming in their way, and they kind of have to stop in between. They are not
So
able
they
to
will have a
achieve
lot of
their goal.
internal contradiction and voices
Lot
which will be giving them self
of
doubts that should we do this or should we do that. So there will be
Absolutely.
confusion.
Lot of
All right.
conflict between, heart and mind. Let's say if they have a very good offer, okay, and
Mm,
which helps them to rise and shine, but it's probably not in their hometown. They have to relocate.
mm, mm,
Uh, they might have someone to, look up to. They will not leave their home because they feel that the responsibilities at home is also important. At the same
mm,
time, they want to rise and shine. At the same time, they will be frustrated. Oh, I'm not getting a good opportunity. When they get it, because of the family responsibilities, they might not even want to leave their hometown. So they are always in
mm.
a dilemma because the
That's a
soul
beautiful way
wants to
of
rise.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
beautiful way of explaining that because I am a 17 born, right? So my number is Saturn, right? Primarily, I am Saturn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saturn's energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have gone out and I could have done a lot of things in my career in my initial days, but
Mm-hmm.
because of my responsibility that my parents have taken care of me, so now they are going old, so I have to be around them. So why
Mm-hmm.
not? I compromise here, I compromise there, and let me do whatever I do. So I think I have this 17 means sun and what is number seven
Ketu.
ruled by?
Ketu.
Okay, sun and Ketu. All right. So
Yeah,
I
that will
have
be.
this. Yeah, go on.
Please tell me. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have this sun nature also, like a little bit dominating and bossy, and I don't want to listen to anybody. And I have a spiritual and abstract thinking also, where I'm not aware of mundane things, and I'm just imagining things on a spiritual perspective. And people will
Yes.
say, "You're a father scientist or something like that."
Yeah, yeah, I totally feel you because
Mm.
because you have this backing of number seven, you want to shine your energy of sun in spiritual world.
Mm.
Getting?
Okay.
Yeah. So where do you want to shine? Only in spirituality, not in other things.
Wow.
Okay. Or where do you want to spread the sun ka
Right.
rays in
Okay.
spirituality?
I think our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji he also has. He's a 17 born. I think 17. He's born
I
on
think so,
17.
yes.
And
That's
he
right.
has a
That's
lot
right.
of spiritual fame coming to him because of
Yeah.
Ayodhya Ram Mandir and whatever he's doing right now. For
Yes, yes. And he is one of the most powerful spiritual person. Wherever he is, he
Mm,
contributes a lot of credit to the spirituality ground that he's touched with. Otherwise,
right.
having such a hectic schedule, okay,
Mm, mm, mm,
and still being so super fit and being actively involved in each and every event, that's only because he is so spiritually connected
mm,
with the, rituals that he follows. He often takes break to go to Himalaya so that he can just meditate and get the clarity in the life. So
mm,
what I'm
mm,
trying to say is that such people want to create an awareness, they want to rise and shine, and they
mm.
want to spread, that knowledge, but in which world? In spirituality. But they also being ruled by Saturn, which is number 8 here, the
Mm.
progress will happen, but it will be slow and steady.
So
Yeah,
late
and in the
bloomer.
later half of their life. Now,
Yeah. Post
I
35,
mean,
40 like that.
yes.
Saturn
Yes,
matures at
that
30, 35. Yep. So
35. Yes,
and if
yes.
we actually try to back trace and find out about him, our honored Prime Minister, I think post 35, he has uh, really done well in his political career.
Yep.
And before that, I think it was the rooting or the initial phase where he
Yes.
was getting into the system.
The steps that he was building to reach there. Okay, but
Right, right.
see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, since that number one is there, that I don't want to give up thing is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but obviously
Mm-hmm.
number eight is there, so it's not allowing you to go with the speed that
Mm-hmm.
you have in your mind. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's what also people say is, okay, oh, why am I not able to reach that position even when people of lower caliber are there? So there are so
Right,
many
right.
questions. I mean, there are so many questions, and all the answer lies obviously in astrology. It is there, but not
Mm-hmm.
every, for a common people, understanding numbers is a little easier because you can resonate. You don't need
Actually, I'm
to.
resonating with this. And when I'm thinking this concept in the way you have explained right now, that you take a composite number and then you break it into simpler terms and then understand which particular planet both these numbers are ruling, and then now they are
Mhm.
coming to together. So how this mixing of energy is happening? Is it a progressive combination or is it something which is going to slow it down because anti energy? So I would like to
Yes,
break this down, but I would want you to break it down. Let's say that first you tell us, everyone, that which particular number corresponds to which particular planet, 1 to 9. All
right,
right. Because that is very
right.
important for people to understand. Like if they want to understand our conversation, so we have to give them a base. Right. So go on, Anjali.
Makes sense. Yeah. So number one, as we have been talking about, that will resonate with sun. Okay.
Mm,
Number two will be with moon.
mm,
Number three will be with Jupiter.
Okay.
Okay. Number
Mhm.
4 with Rahu. Number 5 is with Mercury. Number
Mhm.
6 is with Venus. Number
Mhm.
7, as we just spoke, is with Ketu. Number 8, Lord Shanidev. And number 9 is my number, Mars.
Mars.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I
Yeah.
always had this confusion. I used to think that 7 is Venus,
Oh, really?
and yeah, I used to think, but now
Okay.
that you have given me this clarity that 6 belongs to Venus and 7 is Ketu.
Ketu. Yes, yes, yes. Highly spiritual number. I mean, the only
Mm.
reason, so astrologically, I'm very strongly driven by Ketu. My Lagnesh or my Lagna, my ascendant is ruled by Ketu. That's the reason probably I'm doing whatever I'm doing in spite of being an engineer. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
So Ketu is someone who will definitely take you to spirituality. It's not something that you will even have a choice. You are chosen once. So
Yep.
you are meant to do this thing. And gradually as we progress, Purav, I would really want if we can throw insights on to the people, probably. See, what happens is, I mean, I was talking about the career. We can figure out how do we do that because many people study something, but they end up doing something else. Okay.
Absolutely.
So if we can throw a guidance on what would be the preferred fields for them as per their
Mm. Mm.
career, and
Mm.
if they can start working on those things right from the start, trust me,
Mm.
first of all, they can save a lot of years which they spend up studying
Absolutely.
something else, and then ending like I have spent good 4 years doing my engineering, and
Mm.
today no. See, I would not say it went for a waste, but then obviously, if had I been known that I'm going to rule in this world, I would have probably started my studies way before. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really feel as we progress, we should be working on this thing so that people know that yes, this is also an option for them. And trust me,
Mm. Mm.
guys, I mean, life is so unpredictable. It can just take you from anywhere. I mean, never ever feel that this is the only thing. Okay, there are so
Absolutely.
many
Yeah.
things, and I just feel, first of all, go with the flow and also understand a little more about yourself. That's so important because if you know yourself in a better way, you know where to put the energies, where to put the efforts. Putting
Mm. Mm. Mm.
efforts is not important. Putting efforts in the right direction is very much important.
Because people
Okay.
feel that let's say they are not meant for job, they are meant for business,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, but
Mm-hmm.
they keep trying one job after the other,
Absolutely.
and there is some problem with the boss, there is some problem in the job itself, the project itself, and then
Yes,
they come to an astrologer, and like now they are circling around and they're wasting their years. All right. So if we
absolutely.
can actually create this fundamental basic series stating what needs to be done and how it is
True,
supposed to be done when it comes to your
true,
career path. So I think we
true,
should do
true,
that.
true.
We'll do that.
Yes, we should do
Definitely.
that. And also, today, since we have just begun, we were trying to understand things. We will definitely keep coming back in a better way, where we can probably talk about the strength and weakness of each number so that
Mhm.
they know that, see what happens is, let me tell you guys, your date of birth will never change. Okay? Remember that in astrology, at least the planet keeps on moving,
Mm.
but in numbers, the date of birth is never going to change. So you have to accept the fact that these are my strength and these are my weakness and act accordingly. If you try to go against that too much, again, it's not working for you guys. Trust me. No matter how much you
Mhm.
say, no, I will change it, it will come with its own consequences. So the reason probably Pura when I'm doing this is because to make you guys aware that this is your strength, let's focus more on that, and this is your weakness. We can reduce the intensity, but you cannot eliminate those numbers from your date of birth. Okay.
Right. Great.
So,
Mm.
acceptance, having awareness is so much necessary. If you have that, then you plan your life path. As simple as that.
Great. And what I would like to do is, I would like to go to number two, but before I go to number two, we'll have a quick, fun fact question that I have, like I'll put across, right? The question is, there is a lot of uh, trending thing that is happening, that people are changing their name, especially people in Bollywood, and people are changing the alphabets, like the arrangement of it. So how does it, the change of name, how does it impact our lives? And I have seen people, prospering after this name change, obviously, right? So would you want to, give some insights on that?
Yes, for sure. I mean, for that matter, even I have changed my name. So when I say changed my name, we basically call it correction of name. We don't really
Correction.
change the name, we correct the names. So let's say, I mean, if I have to give you a briefing on that, let's say number 4 and number 8 are considered heavy numbers in numerology. Why they are considered heavy numbers? Because they bring quite a few obstacles in your life. Okay, they make your life slow. Okay, so
Rahu and Saturn.
Rahu and Saturn. That's right.
Malefic.
Yes, malefic planets. Yes, as per astrology, we call these planets as malefic planets. In numerology, also we call them as heavy numbers. Now, if I feel that your name is adding up to 4, or if it is adding up to 8, why would I want to give you that number? Or why would I allow you to have that number in your life? Getting?
Yeah, why would I want to carry the weight of Rahu and Saturn in my life?
Exactly. Now, if you're born, let's say if you're born on 4th of any month, you are already born with 4 energies. I cannot change that. But your name is something that I can change, that I can correct. So why don't, from Rahu, I make it to Sun's energy. From Rahu, I make it to Jupiter's energy, right?
Oh, yeah.
From Saturn, I make it to Sun's energy. Remember, I mean, just imagine, Purav, how much change we can bring in someone's life, Saturn being a slow planet. If I make or I move the name to Sun's energy, how much that person can run, right?
Absolutely. Makes
So
sense.
that's the whole motive of name correction. We only do name corrections for people who are carrying malefic numbers or slow numbers or heavy numbers. It's not done for everyone. Let's say if your number is, or sorry, if your name is already adding up to number 1, okay?
It's already
Number,
getting a sun energy.
yeah, you don't need any name correction. You're good. So not everyone needs it. Yes, what happens is at times, even though people have good name, they want to enhance it more. So it's more like a multivitamin thing in that case.
Okay.
You don't need it, but still.
All right. And there is a related question to this. The question is that there was a trend when we were in our teens, and a lot of TV serials used to come with the K letter.
K. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Kya funda hai? Like, what is this K all about?
See, so we are, I think so we all know about whom we are talking. So again, I can, let's say, Purab, if I have your date of birth, if I have your name, I can, first of all, I can calculate your favorable numbers. Okay. Now, from that, so every alphabet is assigned with a number. Let's say alphabet A is assigned as number 1. Okay. Alphabet E is assigned as number 1, like that way. Alphabet C is assigned as number 2. So when I'm calculating your favorable numbers, I can similarly assign you your favorable alphabets also.
All right. Okay.
Whichever is mapping.
So when it maps and when you use that, that thing also becomes a little bit lucky,
so
favorable.
The funda is to whatever is your favorable number, to keep on using it more and more and more, to artificially keep creating that number more and more, because you're not blessed with that number naturally. Okay.
All right.
It's not there in your date of birth. But you came to know that this number is favorable for me. So how do I enhance it? It's an artificial enhancement, right?
All right.
Yeah. So
like
keep
a gemstone.
using it like a gemstone, right? So I can use it in my name. I can use it wherever, whatever she was doing with the new serial she was creating. Everyone she kept enhancing that number. So using an alphabet means you are enhancing that number. That's the whole funda.
Okay. Great. So I used to feel astrology, or from a spiritual perspective, that your name is the greatest mantra that you can get in your life.
True.
All right. Because,
True.
the people we worship today, Lord Rama, Krishna, or let's say uh, Lord Shiva, right? Like the gods of our
Mm-hmm.
Hindu culture, their name is the mantra that we are chanting right now.
So true.
And through the chanting of that particular mantra, like this in a Ram Nama, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, right? Ram
Right,
Tarak Linka,
right,
right? So
right.
we are actually chanting the name of a particular energy, a divine entity, and through that we are bringing their presence into our life. So
Yes,
when
those
isn't,
vibrations in our life.
isn't
Yes,
it?
yes,
Let's say I
very
want
much so.
your help because you have a horoscope, you have a particular power, and also you have your ancestors' blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say. So
Mm-hmm.
when we are associating with someone through gotra or through mantra or whatever, we're actually considering them to be our ancestors and we are bringing their energy into our lives. All right.
I totally agree. Yes, that's how it
Yeah.
is.
So the name is so important, and the more number of times the name of a person is chanted, the
Mm-hmm.
more energetic or the more the aura of the person grows. For example, let's say that Amitabh Bachchan sir. All right. Each and every Indian must have chanted or uttered his name at least once in his life. Okay, Amitabh Bachchan, right? So when somebody else is also chanting your name is getting that power in the universe. It is like feeding the
Oh,
energy.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
So the
So
more
true.
famous a person becomes, he keeps becoming famous and famous and famous. For example, Messi or Shah Rukh Khan, because people in Dubai here and even in a village in Tamil Nadu, people know who is Shah Rukh Khan. All right. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you know that momentum is gained by chanting of the name. So obviously, when you are able to diagnose, break down your name into the benefic and the malefic aspects, and when you're able to alter it,
Mm-hmm.
and now definitely, I think it's going to be like a life changer.
Your lucky charm.
You're
Yeah,
lucky.
it's like a
Yeah.
lucky charm, right? So I so resonate with what you're saying, Pura.
Mm-hmm.
So in my office, I have someone whose name is Sai Praneeth. Okay, and I
Mm-hmm.
keep calling him Sai, though every person calls him Praneeth, and he also refer himself as Praneeth. But I feel calling him Sai, I'm calling Sai Baba. I'm taking his name. So I know what you're talking. So it's like,
Yeah.
yes, I am using that name
Mm-hmm.
as a medium to connect with Sai Baba.
Absolutely. That is why.
Yeah.
That is
So,
why in South, people name children after
and
gods.
God's name. Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yes,
Armugam means the person who's got six faces. So it is a name of Kartikeya. Armugam. Okay.
yes,
So like that, there are
yes. And the more
so
you
many
keep
names.
saying, the more you keep giving power to that name. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, though now it has kind of lost its presence, but before us, all the names of the kids were kept on some of the other god's name. You know,
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
more parents keep on saying that, it definitely helps. See, we would not say that that's the only one-stop solution. I would not want anyone to believe blindly that, numerology or astrology is the only go-to thing if they have to make their life better. I'll put
Mm-hmm.
it that way, they are a medium. I mean, name correction, name change, understanding of numbers are a medium to make you better. But I mean, it's not the only tool to change your life. So I don't want people to have this thing कि if they don't change their name, their life cannot get better. Nothing like that. It's not like that.
There is a formula in when you studied engineering, you must know this formula that every body continues to remain in its state of rest or uniform motion unless and until it is compelled by an external force to alter that state. So we are
True,
living our lives, right? Either we are
true,
stuck in our life or we are moving. If we are
true.
moving, we need an added push to move and grow more. And if we are stuck, we have to change and we have to get moving. All right. So I think
So true.
astrology, numerology, Vastu, these are tools which are backed by, I think, thousands and thousands of years of study. It is not you or me who have created this science. We are propagating this. We are we are absorbing it and we are reflecting it, right?
Reflecting
So
it.
so the,
Yes.
the seers who have created this science, it is like a tool, like a catalyst to push us, you know.
So
So
true, so
why
true.
people should come to an astrologer or a numerologist is that people should understand, as you said, my good energies and bad energies, and always use that good energy and
True.
avoid the bad energy, such that there is less speed breakers or obstacles in life.
Yes, yes. And at the same time, Purav, I just don't want any one of our audience to have any fear. That's my
Absolutely.
main thing. And that's the only awareness I want to spread everywhere, that these are guiding tools. These are there to make your life better. But even if you don't use these
Mhm.
tools and
Mhm.
you keep continuously, putting efforts, maybe later or sooner, but you will figure out things. So it's all about, you know, let's say you're putting efforts. If we come to your life, it's, universe is trying to help you. So, but the only reason universe is trying to help you because you're ready to put efforts. If that is only
Absolutely.
not there at first place, trust me, guys,
Mhm.
nothing can help them. I mean,
So there are so
nothing
many,
can.
and there are so many cooked up yogas in astrology. You have been knowing about
Yeah.
it. Kal Sarp
Yes.
Yog and
Yeah.
Mangal Dosh. Now it's gonna, this is gonna happen, that is gonna happen, right? Different. See, what happens is generally people they start researching about the subject, and then pessimism always pervades more than optimism in people.
Yes. That's so
Okay,
true.
because people
Yes.
have this pessimistic attribute to them always. Now what happens is you meet an optimistic astrologer, he's going to guide you and he's going to tell you कि अरे यार ये सब कुछ नहीं, मत डरो, आप अपना काम करो, सब हो जाएगा. But if you meet
True.
meet a pessimist, he's like आपका तो सैटर्न और मून 1 डिग्री में है, आपका तो विषय हो गया, अब तो आपको 36 साल तक कुछ नहीं होने वाला. There's an astrologer who told me कि मेरा केतु थर्ड हाउस में है तो मेरा ऑनलाइन में कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता.
Oh, and you have such a great rocking YouTube channel.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
funda is that Ketu has a validity till 48 years.
True. True.
People think कि Ketu है separation है, यहाँ पे करके फायदा नहीं. But Ketu is the foundation which is used to build your Rahu. Without
Yeah.
Ketu, Rahu is incomplete, right?
Yes, absolutely. They are the head in the body, so you cannot, they cannot operate
Okay.
without each other.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of misrepresentation of this divine science. In
Yeah.
numerology, I don't know if such things exist, but in astro, there are a lot of, you know,
Yeah.
the right word would
In
be misconceptions.
Yeah, in numerology, what happens is now, Pura, whatever you
Mm.
see is whatever you get. Okay.
Mm.
So your
Mercury,
date
logic.
of birth, I mean, there's no way I
Mm.
can hide anything from you or from anyone because your date of birth is something you also know and
Mm.
I also know. So if I teach you the basics or if you're aware of the basics, you kind of figure out that, this is what I have and this is what I have to use. So I
Absolutely.
cannot fool around, okay? Because where will I tell you you
Mhm.
have number five if you don't have it in your date of birth? From where do I get it,
Correct.
right? So I cannot really play around with numbers, and that's the reason I love it so much because it's so transparent. There is no fear game going on. Whatever you're blessed with, you get it, and whatever you're
Mm.
not blessed, let's say if some
Mm.
numbers are missing, then we reduce it artificially through remedies.
Right.
Okay,
So with
so
that, I
that
would
we.
want to go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Tell me.
Yeah. So with that, I would like to ask you about number two. All right. What is the speciality of being born in number two, or what are the other numbers, Anjali?
So number two, number 11,
Mm.
number 20, and number 29. These are ruled by
Okay.
number. Yeah, these are two
All right.
series ruled by planet Moon.
Mm.
And when it comes to Moon, the simplest way to make anyone explain is Moon is mother.
Correct.
Okay, as simple as that. So if you have to understand any number two person from the
Mm.
superficial way, because right now I'm not bifurcating the numbers,
Mm.
so
Mm.
they are like a mother. Okay, some mothers
Mm.
can
Mm.
be strict, some mothers can be sensitive, some can be emotional, but their
Mm.
attributes remain that I have to protect my kid,
Carrying and
I have to care,
sexual. Yeah.
caring. Yeah.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that emotional thing is not going anywhere. No matter how strict a mother is, from deep
Mm.
inside, she will be very emotional towards her kid, even if she doesn't show it. Okay.
Mm.
So Number two, yes, the strong point is, I mean, they can be very good doctor, surgeons, because they have that
Mm-hmm.
caring touch. Okay.
Absolutely.
And very good nurses, very good teachers, very good healers for that matter. Because in healers also, you need someone who can care. They are very good
Mm-hmm.
teachers because when they teach like a mother is teaching you. Okay.
Yeah.
But the downside is since they are very emotional, uh, they can keep on fluctuating a lot, or they have a lot of self-doubt, Pura. That's what
Mm-hmm.
honestly I dislike about number two. Otherwise, they are beautiful numbers. They are like moon. They also want to shine.
Yeah. Moon
Not as
represents rivers,
yes,
river. So the river keeps
water flowing.
flowing,
But then it's not
changing,
stable,
not
right?
stable.
So
Yes.
what happens is they are moved also. It's not really stable. Some days they would be like super happy. Some day they would be like, oh, I'm not
Thankfully.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they would be not sad, but then they would suddenly feel, hey, yaar, joy nahi hai life mein. Something is missing.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, their focus is not constant. Okay. So
Absolutely.
I don't have any problem with they being emotional. My problem is because of your mood swings,
Mm-hmm.
you are not focusing where you should be focusing. And since moon also, have different phases, it keeps on increasing, it keeps on decreasing. So are
Mm-hmm.
these people. They will grow, grow,
Mm-hmm.
grow. Suddenly they are fixed. They'll
Mm-hmm.
come down, they'll grow.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, just fluctuating there only.
All right.
Okay. So ideally, they should be at the top position because they are moon. They shine. Moon shines in the night. They
Mm-hmm.
should be shining. They do shine. I would not deny that, but not as bright as sun. But
Absolutely. You're very right. Very correct.
yeah,
Because I got reference to this. I have an example. Uh, there is a divisional chart called Dashamsha, right? D10.
yep, yep.
So people who have Sun or Mars in the 10th house of the Dashamsha, they are
Mm-hmm.
directly people who hold a lot of political power or power in the organization because Sun is the source of the power, right? So
Okay.
all these people who are like prime minister or president of a very important country or the CEO
Mm-hmm.
of a company who is taking the decision actually, like the ground
Yes,
decisions are being taken, right?
yes,
But people who are
yes.
having a moon in the 10th house of the Dashamsha, they are a reflection of power. So let's say
So
somebody is a
true.
prime minister, so they become like a secretary, a defense secretary,
So
or
true.
people who are reflecting and carrying the position, but they are not actually manifesting or expressing their power, but still they have that royalty in them, but they are moon.
Yes,
So they are
they are
the
moon.
reflection
Yes,
of the
so true.
sun,
So
sun's light.
let's say all the people who are helping Narendra Modi, obviously, whatever decisions he takes, it's not only his
Mm,
decision. They
mm,
are
mm,
being
mm,
backed by so many people. Okay. And
mm,
Amit ji is a very good example for number two who helps Narendra Modi ji. So
mm, mm,
Narendra Modi ji is number one and he's number two. Without number two, number one cannot operate completely. But
mm.
at the same time, it will not allow number two to come to that spotlight or to come to that position. Okay.
Yeah, because
And
they have
number
they have come with that energy of number two. So
yes.
you know they are
And that
number
would,
two.
yeah, and then they will be happy also. That's the best part, Purav. They
Mm-hmm.
would not have this feeling of jealousy. Oh my God, I have been making these plans. I have been contributing so much. Why I'm not there? They are happy in that zone. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason. See, they are mothers. How much credit does a mother get? Tell me. Right? I mean, none of us. None of us. I'm a mother. We multitask, we do everything, but do I do that to get any credit? No, it's my responsibility towards my
Selfless
home,
care.
towards. Yes, yes. So that's what number two are. They would not desire any credit, yet at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, they feel this is my responsibility. I have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So they do as a duty and not because they want to shine. But because they are doing their duty, they will shine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
So
beautiful number. My only advice for number two is they should work on their emotions. I don't want them to be emotionally fooled by anyone. I don't want to, anyone to take them as a victim kind of a thing, as a doormat kind of a thing. You should know your power.
mm-hmm.
They're a very good team player.
Absolutely.
Very good team player. but don't allow people to kind of use you. I'll put it that way. Okay.
Correct.
And if we have to go deep in this, again, number 11. Now you imagine,
Mm.
or you tell
Two
me,
suns,
Pura, this two suns.
one moon.
You, yes. So
Mm.
just imagine single number two and
Mm.
the two coming from 11, how different they will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is always what I wanted everyone to know, that why all the twos are not same.
Mm.
This number two, which is coming from 11, it
Mm.
has two suns with it. How, who can stop him to reach there where, at the high position? And he will have that thing,
Mhm.
no, I'm doing this. I want to reach a
Mm.
CEO position. I will
Mm.
not stay as
Mm.
a manager. Okay,
Mm.
because the
Mm.
sun energies are pushing it.
Yeah.
कि भाई, you
And
have. Mm.
yeah, and when you have a sun and another sun, two suns coming together, so don't you think these people will have emotional burning internally?
Oh,
That is.
absolutely. A lot. A lot. And that's also the reason, Purab, if you dissect this thing, they'll have a lot of
Mm.
headaches. They'll
Mm.
have a lot of
Mm.
stomach because the heat is so much.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Heat and moon ka coldness.
Mm.
Okay. So the temperature of the
Fuse.
body, yes. So they
Mm.
have a lot of migraine issues, a lot of headaches, a lot of stomach aches, a lot of ulcers, anything which comes from heat. So they need to
Absolutely.
balance this energy. And that's, I mean, trust me, it's so, so beautiful. I can keep telling so much from a single number, your diseases, your career, your strength and your weakness. And then you would be like, wow, I
Mm.
mean, how does this come from just my date? And right now we're just on date of birth. There will be a
Mm.
section where we will be talking about their life path number, which is the sum of the date of birth, month, and the year.
Mm. Mm. And
So,
where,
yeah,
which direction life is taking for us,
which
right?
direction life is taking. Yes, yes.
So I
So,
suddenly thought of Mahatma Gandhi ji. He was
oh,
born
now number
on
two.
number two,
Yes,
right? So
absolutely right.
he was like at the epitome of Indian politics, but he did not want to become the prime minister because number two
And
reflects. It's not
and
the
remember
sun.
the non-violence thing that he had in him.
Ahimsa.
I would not do it
Ahimsa.
violently. Yes, like a mother. I
Yeah.
would go slow, but I would not take the wrong way to reach there. Or I would not take
Mhm.
a violent way to reach there, rather. So
Yeah. And
that's number
if
two.
you yeah, and
Peace.
if you see his horoscope, I think he has Rahu in the sign of Cancer with
Yep,
Moon.
yep,
All right.
with moon,
So there's
yes.
a lot of expansion of Moon energy happening here.
Yes, a lot, a lot. And then if we'll talk about 20, that's two backing up with zero. So
Mm.
zero, since no planet has been assigned to zero,
Mm-hmm.
it acts like an amplifier. The role of zero
Mm-hmm.
behind any number is an amplifier. So let
Mm-hmm.
me put it that way. If you have 2 rupees note and if you have 20 rupees note, which value is greater? I mean, the answer is very
20,
obvious,
obviously. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
20.
That's a beautiful
So
logic. Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
So that's how the date of birth is 2 and 20. So 20 will definitely hold
Mm.
higher value, will have higher power
Mm.
compared to number 2. Okay.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But less than number 11. Why 11? Because 11 has 1 kind of energy.
Correct.
Getting?
Wow.
And then we have 2 and 9. Uh, this number, you know, though it have mask energy, but
Mm.
moon, I mean, you can imagine the
Mars,
conflict here, moon and Mars coming together.
Mars gets debilitated in Cancer.
Yes,
So एनर्जी है पर एनर्जी को यूज करने का जो
तरीका नहीं
गाइडेंस है
पता.
या फायर है वो कभी कभी मिसबैलेंस हो रहा है राइट बिकॉज
Yes,
ऑफ विच द पर्सन may be emotionally breaks, becomes over emotional, passive aggressive, and
yes,
because of that, maybe the person is not able to come to the fullest potential compared to a 11 bomb.
true. So true. And plus, since
Mm.
they have this mask backing, they're so
Mm.
active. I mean, they want to conquer the world. They're so, I can also call them impatient. And they keep on doing something or the other.
Mm.
They cannot sit stable. Okay,
Mm.
which is
Mm. Mm.
actually good for number two because the thing is, if they keep doing something or the other, they will discover something for themselves. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, because
Okay, because
water
like
needs to water in order to remain fresh, it needs to flow. If it is
flow.
stagnant, it becomes contaminated. So it is better
Yes,
for these people to,
yes,
keep flowing.
yes. You have
Mm,
put it in such a beautiful way that
mm.
yes, it needs to flowing, keep flowing. And if you ask me, in two series, 11 and 29 are the best numbers, and then would be
11 and
20,
29.
and then would be 2. So
Okay, so
that's
people born from the first till the ninth, they are a little bit on the losing end here. Does it mean like that?
you mean to say the single digit
Single
numbers?
digit numbers.
Yes, yes. I mean, definitely, it's like, you don't have any sibling. Let me put it that way. So,
Mm, mm,
you're trying to rule on your own. There will be loneliness. You will feel, uh, I wish I had someone to help me or even just to understand me. Okay,
mm,
if not help me
mm,
or just to give me a backing. So,
mm,
definitely compound digits are more favorable. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
mm, mm,
Until and unless they should not be anti-numbers, Purab.
mm,
So let's say Sun and Saturn ka energy. Let's say 18.
mm,
Okay, so 1 and 8. They are, I mean, in astrology, we say Sun and Saturn are enemies.
mm.
Okay, so in compound numbers, these energy numbers should not be together. Then they are destroying each other.
Correct.
Okay, then it's
Because
better to have a single digit number.
yeah, I remember one day I wanted to experiment with Sun and Saturn, so I wore a blue sapphire and a ruby together. All right,
My God.
because
Okay.
I
That
see
was too much daredevil thing.
there are standard dictums. You have to check them, right? Otherwise, if you don't try experimenting upon yourself, how will you tell somebody that ki ऐसे मत पहनो इससे harm होगा or something like that,
So
right?
true. So
So I
true.
wore it. I stepped out and I started picking fights with everybody. All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I wanted to purchase a bottle of water, and this guy was chanting with somebody, chatting with someone, and he was delaying, right? So I started shouting at him and yelling at him, "क्या यहाँ पे बैठ के तुम खड़े खड़े time waste कर रहे हो? अकल नहीं है तुमको? This that," and I started abusing him. Give me water. So I started behaving contradictory to my character, right?
Yep,
Why?
yep,
Because
yep, yep.
sun is burning and Saturn is freezing.
Yes,
This is ice and this is heat, right? So
yes,
I
true.
I felt that, and then I had a small bike accident also on that particular day, and
I'm
it
not
was me
surprised.
who jumped into a wrong path. It's my mistake. All right. So then I
Mm,
understand that nahi yaar, sun
this is
Saturn
not
combination,
working.
this is
Yeah.
not working.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how in numbers also. That's the reason we always check, that even if we are giving a
Mhm.
compound number, are those numbers enemies or are they our friends? Are they neutral? There are so many
Mhm.
categories here. So
Correct.
you cannot just, I would not want it to be a generalized thing that, single digits are not good terms, and only
Mhm.
compound numbers are good. I mean, let's
Mhm.
say I would not want to give 18 to many people or to anyone for that matter. I'm okay giving number 9 for that matter, a
Yeah,
single digit number.
because
So that's
obviously
how,
you've got this ability to
yeah.
fight against the odds, mass.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. Rather than, me creating
Mhm.
enemy in the birth date itself. Why should we do that?
Mhm. Correct.
So there are
Correct.
so many factors, and that's also the reason I was telling you one day, Purav, that having a
Mhm.
guru is so necessary in your life because there are so many things available in the market. There is so much knowledge,
Mhm. Mhm.
but if you don't know how to use it in a proper way, you would harm
Mhm.
yourself more. Okay, so
And I think our generation is lucky. Why? Because we were born and internet culture evolved.
yes.
But before us, there was library culture,
Oh
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
our gurus, right, when they wanted to learn something, they read the entire, you know, volumes and
Scriptures
sections
and
of book
everything.
and everything,
Yes, yes.
right? So they were able to churn so much and they're able to give us. But we are somebody who is receiving from a guru,
Oh
our
yeah,
generation. Like,
yeah.
like we are the last generation who is receiving true spiritual,
Directly from a, yes, I know what you're
from a
saying.
good who has rooted himself from books, not uh, today's culture, short and everything, and quick facts and things like that. But imagine people who come next, right? Let's say our generation also passes away, and then there is the next generation, which is like very specific knowledge, like
Yeah.
number two, moon. Okay, that's it. But not the outer complexities. Ki, what is a good thing about it? What is a bad thing about it? So that is going to
True.
become a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the reason I so strongly feel, while we are here, why don't we do our bit in spreading the right info? If not everything, I mean, I would so love to pass on everything. I don't know how much it is possible. But yes, whatever we can do, Purav, through, you making this YouTube channels, you creating podcasts. See, you are the medium probably. If we have the knowledge, we need someone to carry that knowledge, right? So God, and as you were saying, the third house, Ketu involvement here. Ketu want you to spread awareness in the world of spirituality through online media.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That
so
is how, yeah, that is how we connect the
yeah,
dots.
yep. So let's keep doing this more, and let's bring the right info out.
Mhm.
That's the whole motive here, nothing else. It's not that I mean, honestly, we don't care if people come to us for consultation or not.
Mhm.
The whole idea here is that you have the right knowledge, you know what is right and wrong, and then you choose for yourself. Okay, so
Yeah, and
yeah,
yeah, and I would like to add that I think Anjali in her life she has crossed more than I think 2,000 plus consultations till
yeah,
now.
right.
Yeah,
That's
and
right. Yeah.
I think I have personally done 1,500 plus consultations. So after doing so much of consultations and after giving individual solutions to people,
Yeah.
if we have to bring a major change, then we have to give knowledge and content to people without expectation, because
Yeah,
that will help people to make valid changes in their life, right?
true.
So
And that's what I'm telling you, Purav. I mean, probably the reason we are here is because we have enough on that side. We're not worried about that, you know.
yeah,
But
got
what we are
it.
worried is that there is so much in the market and it's not being portrayed in the right way.
Correct.
So, yeah. So that's where we will be bringing from our side the change. And
Correct.
mainly, again, people should have an awareness. So we will create that awareness.
All right. So I would want to touch number three, and then uh, you know we will sum this up today's podcast, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
again when we meet next, we'll start with Rahu, number four.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll go four, five,
Yep.
six, because see, we have to explain it in detail. We just cannot just run through numbers and you know people miss the
Absolutely.
relevance.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why.
And any of the audience, if they have any questions, feel free to ping. We would love to, answer you also here and then, because I don't want people to go from this session having any doubts.
Mm,
And they thinking what would be this combination, or how
mm,
could this thing, be being done in a better way. So whatever questions you have, feel free to add a comment. I mean,
yep,
more than happy to help you. Purav is there, I am there. He is a very good astrologer, so he can help you with the astrology things. I can help you with the numerology thing. But yeah, we are there to guide you here. So please feel free to add your questions. Now, number three, yes, the number series would be definitely three. It would be 12. Okay, 12 is a
mm,
very interesting number. Then
mm,
it would be 30, 30.
mm.
Am I missing anything, or if
21.
doesn't it
21.
21? Yeah, I was thinking there's something missing. Yes. So that's 3, 12, 21, and number 30 on its own.
All right.
So 3 and 30, again, which value is greater?
30.
3, always when you're trying to compare, keep the currency in your mind.
Mm,
Is, 3 rupees more or 30 rupees more? Both are
30.
carrying same values. It is being ruled by my favorite planet, Jupiter. Okay. and the planet of knowledge, the planet of wisdom. That's what I call it.
Mm,
Number three are naturally a wise soul. That's what I call them, irrespective of you have zero, you have any other backing or not. Because
mm,
if Guru is with you, what else do you need in life? As simple
mm.
as that. So they
Correct.
are born to expand. They should work on things which gives them expansion. Okay. And at the same time, they should work on something, let's say because Guru है ना, तो Guru के attributes रहते हैं इनमें. Again,
Patience,
teaching,
perseverance,
yes,
teaching.
patience, perseverance. So teaching हो
Mm,
गया, education line में हो गए.
mm,
They would
mm,
be so wonderful teachers, because the way they can execute a certain thing, as you
mm,
said, patiently,
mm,
to keep on following up on that thing, not giving up on that thing, is so
mm,
beautiful
mm,
in number three.
mm.
And, so much hunger for knowledge. That's what I love about number three. My son is number three.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And you put him in anything, Purav, he will excel it. That's the beauty of him. I mean,
See, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
If Jupiterian people, they can read between the lines. All right.
yeah,
That is,
yeah,
let's say that you are trying to say something to a person who is a Jupiter ruled or number three ruled. He will listen to the first three or four sentences and he will be able to come to the conclusion that, okay, this person is trying to teach me this. All
yeah,
right. So Jupiter gives that power to perceive, understand, process, and come out with the right conclusion. यही है, यही ठीक है.
yes,
Like this.
yes.
Go
And
on. Yeah.
there are very beautiful blend of number one and two, where they have this subtle ambition, okay,
Mhm,
but at the same
mhm,
time they are not in a rush. They are calmer, but they are not too emotional. Okay.
mhm,
So
mhm,
a
mhm.
very beautiful blend of both the energies, but in their own way.
All
I
right.
mean, they don't want to kind of rise and shine. They want to rise again, but for the betterment of others or for themselves. They want knowledge for themselves. They're not doing it to show the world. They're happy in their own small cottage, okay, of
Mm,
knowledge. That's all they
mm,
want.
mm,
A room of books, if you will. The room which I'm sitting, it's my library room, it's my son's room, and it's my
mm,
puja room. So this room is of God and of books, and that's all he needs. He doesn't need anything else. So that
mm,
is number three. They need their own small cottage where they have the basic amenities, but those basic amenities should be in a good way. You cannot just keep a water in a dirty pot. They are very particular about those things.
mm,
Their requirements
mm.
are less, but of high standard. Okay, they are not looking for luxury. Okay, they
Comfort.
don't want luxury,
They
comfort,
want comfort.
and yes, and their basic necessities should be fulfilled. So
Correct.
they are very good, if I give them a palace to live, and if they don't have their knowledge, or if they don't have something to learn, they cannot stay there. If I give them a cottage to live with a piano, or with a guitar, or with a books, or with chess, anything to learn,
Mhm,
they will
mhm,
survive beautifully there. And they
mhm,
can
mhm,
build their own tribe there. Okay.
mhm,
Learning and teaching others. I feel number three is such a beautiful number, and lucky are the people who are born with this number. Trust me.
mhm,
The only
mhm,
concern what I have for number three is, okay,
mhm,
since they know they can excel in everything,
mhm,
they try to learn everything. So they're kind of
mhm.
scattered everywhere, Purav.
Right.
Okay.
Fi-
I want to learn
Finding a
piano,
core element or finding a fixity of purpose becomes difficult because they are trying everything and they're getting better at everything.
everything. So the confidence
Mhm,
is high, right?
mhm,
And they are like, today Purab told me to learn chess. Let me start learning that. Today
mhm,
Anjali told me to learn abacus. Let me start learning that. Yes,
mhm,
tomorrow Abhishek is telling, you should probably start running marathon. Okay, let
mhm,
me start learning or getting trained myself in that. So they
mhm,
are everywhere, and then they exhaust themselves. That is not what they are meant to do. Choose one thing, go deep in that, and stick to that
mhm,
thing. I don't want, because you have this curiosity for knowledge and to explore everything, please do not jump into everything. You will lose, those beautiful energies, you will lose them. And you would be like, jack of everything and master of none. We don't want number three to be that way. If they can control that urge that I want to jump into everything, if they can really control that, they can excel like anything. I personally call them king's counselor. So we kind of have this name for every number. Number one is called king. Okay. Number two is called queen.
Queen, yeah.
Yeah, and number three is called minister or counselor. So
The
he's
Jack.
like
When you're talking about
Jack.
cards, Jack of all
Uh,
trades.
Not really. They are someone. When I say minister, they are someone who is good in
Who's a
advising,
counselor? A
counselor.
minister, yeah, and an advisor. All right.
Yes.
I was trying to connect them with the deck of cards,
Oh
King,
no no
Queen,
no
and Jack,
no.
like that.
So this is more coming from
Mm,
let's say they are placed in a palace. So number one is king, number two is
mm,
queen,
mm,
or number one is father, number two is mother and queen,
mm.
and number three is their counselor. So king
Got
will come to number three, okay, for all the guidance, for all the
advice and
counseling.
guidance. Mm, mm,
Yes.
mm,
So imagine the respect they get. Even king listens to him. So if he
mm,
says that no, you will not do this, king will listen to him. So the trust, the knowledge, and the respect they get, no other number can have it.
mm,
Now, that
mm,
doesn't mean that they will have all materialistic things with them. Okay, remember that. That's the difference. Number one is aiming for materialistic things.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
Number three is not aiming for that.
mm,
For
mm,
him,
mm,
what is important is that I should get respect. I should be able to guide other people.
mm,
Okay. And he
mm.
will rise and shine in that way. Number one will rise and shine in ruling the kingdom. So every number has their own way of rising and shining. And if they stick to that attributes, then only they can shine. Now,
Mm,
let's say if number three thinks that let me try to get into the competition, okay, and let that jealousy feeling starts coming in, and whatever he tries to follow the materialistic way, he will for sure fail, no matter what.
mm,
So that's the reason
mm,
I was telling if every person tries to understand what will help them to rise and follow that path, it is easier for them. Because later
mm.
or sooner, destiny will make you to follow that path. You don't have a choice there, Purab. Okay.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I mean, बोलते हैं ना लात खा के सीखो या बात मान के सीखो, your choice. But
Mm.
universe will keep teaching you till the time you have learned your lesson.
Well, that is the thing. If you know something and if you do it, then
Yes.
you're doing lila. But if you
Yeah.
don't know something and you're doing it, then you're doing karma. So there is a difference between karma and lila. Lila means आपको मालूम है कि आप क्या कर सकते हो, क्या नहीं कर सकते हो, और क्या करने के बाद उसके बाद उसका क्या होगा. That is lila. Right?
Yeah.
So when you have the wisdom, the knowledge, then you can do lila.
True, true. You can create magic. Leela is magic, so that's where numbers play such a strong role. And I feel number three, one of the blessed numbers, just focus on not being scattered. Also, number three people, through my research, I have found they can be they kind of, they are foodie people, Purav. They need to control that. क्योंकि ज्यादा फिजिकल मेहनत नहीं करते हैं ये लोग, इनको बातें करनी है, एडवाइस देनी है, ठीक है,
Are they
काम,
foodie? They like to eat, right?
they like to eat, yeah, they like to
Mm-hmm.
eat, and they can gain weight very easily. Okay, so that is
Mm-hmm.
something I highly advise to all the number three people. Please be physically active. Okay, your soul will not allow you to do that easily, but to prevent you from any disease, you have to maintain a proper exercise or any physical lifestyle approach. If you don't do
Mm-hmm.
that, it's going to give you a lot of diseases in the later part of your life. So number three should work on that thing. And the second thing is do not get into each and every, thing that you get in your life. No,
Mm-hmm.
no bolna सीखो.
No
I'm
means.
learning chess. I will only contribute in chess. I will not learn abacus
Mhm.
that way. So otherwise, very nice number. Now, I would want to understand from you what's the difference between 1 and 2, uh, which forms number 3, and 2 and 1, which forms number 3.
See, here sun comes first, moon comes next, and there moon comes first and sun comes later. All right.
Yep,
So the number 12 would have more sun qualities, a little bit, ambitious and less compassionate compared to somebody who will be like 21, who is
21.
like having a moon first and then a sun. All right. So ambition
Right.
will be second, and care and comfort and the basic core element of moon would be more. But
Yeah.
here it will be different.
Yes.
I don't know. Just,
No, no,
just
that's
trying
how
to
it is.
understand this.
That's how it is. So in
Mhm.
12, 1 and 2, Sun being
Mhm.
dominant, they would be
Mhm.
more ambitious. Okay, as you said.
Mhm.
And in 21, 2 being dominant, they will be
Mhm.
more emotional, less
Mhm.
ambitious. So
All right.
that's, even though they both have the same output, but
Mhm.
their approach towards life will be very different, Purav. Okay, very different. I
Mhm.
mean, this number 3 would be like, मुझे तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर का ही काउंसलर बनना है. 12.
12.
Okay.
All right. So there will be
Yeah.
a fire to go up the ladder and come to high position. अगर
Yes, yes.
मिनिस्टर भी होना है तो मेरे को होम मिनिस्टर बनना है, मेरे को ये नहीं
होम
बनना, लाइक
मिनिस्टर. या
स्टेट का
मुझे
मिनिस्टर
इन्फ्लुएंशियल
नहीं बनना.
लोगों के साथ ही रहना है. मुझे
हम्म.
मुझे नॉर्मल जो जनता है, नॉर्मल जो पब्लिक है, उसके लिए काम नहीं करना है. या लेट मी पुट इट इन अ बेटर वे. We
हम्म.
have public schools and we have international schools, right? So 1 and 2 would be like मुझे international school में ही काम करना है. Okay? मैं गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में काम नहीं करूंगा. दोनों ही टीचिंग का काम कर रहे हैं.
All right. एम्बिशन
Okay?
आ
So
गया, फायर आ गया यहाँ पे, बड़ा चाहिए.
फायर आ गया.
हम्म.
एंड हम ये नहीं बोल सकते कि वो गलत है, क्योंकि वो जब अपना काम करेंगे
हम्म.
इंटरनेशनल स्कूल में, वो बहुत अच्छा करेंगे. सिर्फ उनको
हम्म.
ये है कि
हम्म.
दे आर बिकमिंग कॉन्शियस अबाउट वेयर दे वांट टू वर्क, एंड दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द सन एनर्जी.
And,
एंड नंबर
and
टू.
I think, yeah, I think spirituality's core is to not be judgmental about what people are doing or
So
expressing themselves, because
true.
we are born with
Absolutely.
this energy,
You
right?
can't
We
help
cannot change.
it. Yeah. So that's what, there was a very funny incident on this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in my, I would say this was like, well, let's say 10 years before, I was out with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
and in the night we were just sitting and discussing about all these numbers, and they
Mm-hmm.
listened so patiently, whatever I was saying and everything. They understood everything, okay? And then later they were like, see, Anjali, I am number 12. Now you will not tell me anything because I will behave in this way. Okay, Anjali, I am number 18. Now you can't tell me anything because I will behave this way. So don't blame
Mm-hmm.
me for anything. It's my numbers that are making me behave this way. And that's so true, actually. So they kind of
Mm-hmm.
started telling their husbands also, do not blame us now for anything. It's our numbers that is
Relying
making this.
number. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Got
It turned out to be a funny thing, but it was so true actually, because
it.
half of
Mm-hmm.
the time you're operating in a certain way, even if you want to change yourself, you won't be able to, because your numbers will make you behave that way. So sometimes, even you will be irritated. Ki,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this thing. Why I'm so patient, or why I'm so ambitious, or why
Mm-hmm.
I am so, I just can't say no. Even if you decide, even if you decide, Purab, okay, from next month onwards, I will not listen to all my managers. I will keep saying no to them if any unwanted request comes to me. Trust me, you won't be able to do if you are ruled by number 3. Because your soul has those
You
attributes.
always have that seeking for advice and counsel
Yeah,
and
yeah.
knowledge.
And you want to help everyone. You want to help everyone. And even if
Mm-hmm.
number one thinks, so number one have this little quality of being a show off. Okay. Because they want to shine. So
Mm-hmm.
even if it, and like I have a very, very close friend who is strongly ruled by number one. And every time he gives an example, he would be like, अरे मेरा friend है ना, उसका वो 10 crore का बंगला है. अरे वो मेरा friend है ना, वो Mercedes का owner है. And we are
Mm-hmm.
like, please don't talk in front of us because we are very poor in front of your friends. So we have started teasing him now that whatever
But
you talk.
does he have a Rahu fourth house, like from an astrology perspective?
Yes, I know. And we tease him like anything. And in spite of he knowing that we are making fun,
Mm-hmm.
still every time we meet him, he would still repeat it every single time, Purab. And he tells it very calmly. He doesn't feel like, oh, why am I boasting this thing? It comes very naturally from him. Are you want
Mm-hmm.
those tickets? The owner is my friend. So I'm like, please get me those two concert tickets. But he will never get me the tickets. Okay, so that's
When
never
you're talking
happening.
about this, I would like to, share my experience with number one. My
Mhm.
father, 1st September. All right.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay.
yeah, and he's always, talking about his property. Like ट्रेन में जा रहे, किसी के साथ कोई रिलेवेंस ही नहीं है.
Yeah,
एक हाय हेलो किया. मेरे पास चेन्नई में 100 एकड़ जमीन है. मेरे पास ये है, वो है. You know,
exactly.
always
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
uh,
you got it.
boast and
Yeah.
talk. So समझ
Though
गया
it
मैं.
is not
No.
required. Yeah. And
Mm.
I mean, I don't feel bad also because he's saying that because I know that's how his numbers
That's,
are.
they do it in a fun way. Like they want attention, they want to be the focus of
Yes.
that particular place, and they want the light to fall upon them. Sun people, right?
Yes, 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 exactly.
So.
So, if had I not been in this thing, like my husband gets irritated. He's like, why is he always boasting? But then being a numerologist, I understand it's coming naturally from him. We can't help him.
Mhm.
So, again, I'm telling you, if you know that these things are going to stay in you, probably you can
Mhm.
work on them. You can control them because obviously boasting these
Mhm.
things every time, I can
Mhm.
understand, but a third person might not understand those things, right? So when you
Mhm.
know that yes, I am prone to do these things, you will want to control those things. You cannot eliminate Purav. Let me tell you again and again, you cannot
Like
eliminate.
cannot
You
change
can,
the way I am made. Yeah.
yes,
We can
yes.
filter ourselves to a certain extent, but 100% change cannot happen.
Exactly, 100% change.
Yeah.
So the purpose, again, knowing the strength and weakness of every number is that you
Mhm.
know where you have to control yourself, and at the
Mhm.
same time, you know where you have to enhance yourself. So
All right.
it's a very beautiful way of using your energies in a proper way.
Got it. Someone has just joined, Manjusha. Okay. Hi, Manjusha. Hi, Mysterious Smiley. So they have been watching our live. Thank you for
Yeah.
participating and encouraging this. And thank you for liking. Yeah. If you
Yes.
have any
And
questions, you can ask to Anjali
yes,
because,
absolutely. More than happy.
yeah,
Hi,
Manjusha has
Manju.
been hi.
Yes,
Yeah. Go on.
yes, yes. Yeah, so that's what I was telling. I mean, again, if you have to blame anyone in the future, blame your numbers. If you have to give credit to anyone, give it to your date of birth, because
Mhm.
at times, probably, I mean, I can also put it in this way. Don't we say this that this person got lucky, okay, or this
Mhm.
person probably has built up so much in spite of he not having that backing. Okay. Again, somewhere your numbers. See, I would not deny the efforts that you put in. There is no way
Mhm.
I can say that all this is
Mhm.
happening because of your numbers. But
Mhm.
somewhere, because you have these numbers, you are meant to do this. I'll put it that way.
So I
No.
think people who belong from 11 to 19, they are
Mm-hmm.
people who have that extra advantage to
Of number
get
one.
famous or get that focus. And
Yep.
because I have seen, yeah, when I'm running the numbers through my mind and trying to recollect date of births of people who have been very, famous or achievers, something like that, multiple numbers, especially 11, 17, all these numbers are coming to my mind. Right.
That's so true. Yep, yep, yep. As you said, and that's what I was trying to say, that you will have this
Mhm.
extra backing. Though your
Mhm.
efforts will be counted. I
Mhm.
think so. We have Saurabh with
Yeah.
us. Yeah. Hi,
Hi, Saurabh.
Saurabh. Yeah. So that's how the journey of numbers are. If you have any questions, more than happy to answer that, Purav. If you want to understand anything more between 1 to 3, more than happy to help you. If our audience has any question, more than happy to help them too.
So my question would be that let's say I'm planning to buy a property. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So from the astro perspective, I'm looking at Tithi and everything. But from a
Mm-hmm.
numerology perspective, which number would you, uh, choose? Which would be like the best date to buy a property or a car or something?
Again, Purav, there is no, I mean, I would, let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 3, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These are very general good numbers.
One,
Okay.
3, 5, and 6. Okay.
Six. Yeah. General good numbers. Again, obviously, I would need your date of birth to do
Mm-hmm.
the right calculations for you.
Mm-hmm.
But they are very safe numbers. They will never harm you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In general, they are good human beings. Let us put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can always play around the numbers
Mm-hmm.
which carry these numbers vibrations. Let's say 21, plot number 21. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
plot number 10, plot number 19. Now, so you know in one series also which number to pick. So you can
I would
be
pick
a little
something between 11 and 19 because I always want the sun
absolutely.
energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the trick here.
Mm,
But yes, anything that adds up to 1, anything that adds up to 3, 5,
mm,
and 6, they will for sure never harm you. So you can blindly go with these numbers.
mm,
Otherwise, yes, if I really have to calculate for you, I would need your complete date of birth
mm,
to understand that what are the numbers your date of birth have, what are the numbers that are missing. So, being a
mm, mm,
numerologist, what I do, what my approach is,
mm,
if I feel
mm,
that
mm,
there is a good number that is missing in your life, let's say number 5 is missing in your life,
mm,
okay? I would want you to add that number in your life. Let's say by buying a home, which adds up to
mm,
number 5, by buying a
mm.
car, which adds up to number 5, by having a mobile number, which adds up to
Mhm.
number 5. So
Or
these are
bringing a
different.
person who is ruled by that number
Perfect.
into your life.
You got it. Perfect. Yep, yep.
Every
That's a
kind
beautiful
of
way. Marrying
like
someone,
combination.
having a friend, someone with
Mm,
number 5.
mm,
So we see because the numbers that you already have with you, it's going to create its magic. You don't need to do
mm,
anything there.
mm,
But what
mm,
about the numbers? Those are missing from your date of birth. How do you bring them in your life? Those are actually the numbers that can create a change in your life. Okay. So don't really focus on the numbers that are already present in your life. They are there. God has already blessed you with that.
mm, mm,
Try to bring those numbers that are missing. That is done by name correction. Like in my name,
mhm,
so in my date of birth, number 5 is
mm,
missing.
mm.
Okay. And I want
Not
energies of number
really.
5. How Mercury, yes.
Mm,
So how do I bring that number 5?
mm,
So my names total comes up to number 5. And since name is something which I use everywhere,
mm,
everyone calls me with that name.
mm,
You name it and everywhere my name is there. So what better
mm, mm.
way to enhance number 5? I would,
Right.
my home number can be 5. My mobile number can be 5. My name number is 5. Okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
Again, using colors that are associated with that number.
Okay.
Green is
Mm,
associated with number 5. Using more of
mm,
green. So
mm,
there are
mm, mm,
so many ways. In fact, you eating a lot of green leafy vegetables. As
mm,
simple as that. The remedies can be very simple. We don't need to make it so complicated. Okay, where panna. Panna is the highest form to enhance number 5. But what if, my client is not able to afford panna because we have clients from many spheres. We don't
mm.
want them to spend always, or they would not want to spend. So these are very simple ways where you can enhance the energy of a particular number.
I think I have found in my experience and research that when you wear the color of a particular planet, let's say I'm wearing sun color now, All right.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah. So I have generally seen that my temperament or my overall the self respect is a little bit high. When someone says something to me, I immediately take it to my system, like
System.
in the wrong side
Ah,
of my system. Right.
yep, yep,
When I'm
yep.
wearing green, because Mercury is not a favorable planet for me,
Mm-hmm.
astrology wise, because it's my sixth lord and it gives me health issues or hospital visits or whatever, right? Mercury.
Mm,
When I wear green, my overall health, quality of health, it starts dimming. And when I
decay.
change the color, I again start feeling better. So I think
Yep,
people who cannot afford gemstones, they can just, let's say for Jupiter, they can wear a yellow color
yellow
or saffron color dress, right?
Right,
For Mercury,
right,
they can wear green on a particular day. So a
right.
cheaper way to get the energy of the planet, color.
Absolutely. And I would again say, see, let's say if you are born, okay,
Mm,
on date of
mm,
birth 1 or 19,
mm,
okay,
mm, mm,
you already have sun energies. So
mm,
if you
mm,
enhance, it's fine. Nothing wrong will happen. But why don't we focus, let's say if you don't have number 6 in your date of
mm, mm,
birth, wear
mhm,
more of white or cream colors or whatever,
mm,
colors are
mm,
associated with the planet Venus
mm,
because
mm.
that is completely missing from your life. And if
Correct.
number 6 is missing, your relationships will be hampered. Okay.
Maybe. I think I have to work on number six for myself as well.
So, whatever, I mean, as a numerologist, my advice would always be to my clients don't
Mm,
focus on what you have, focus on what is lacking so that we can make you a better person. Okay.
mm.
We
You have to
we kind of
complete the circuit.
Yes, we shift your energies from
Mm, mm,
lack to gratitude. Because once you
mm, mm,
start, and again, Purav, these are all artificially created numbers. So it will not give you, 100% satisfaction or 100% results. But definitely you would be happier because you were in the state of lack. Okay.
mm, mm.
But now you have that at least 50 to 60%. So I want to set the expectations right here. I'm not,
Correct.
when we create anything artificially, it cannot match naturally made things. Okay, it will not match it. But
A
it is
Stepney will
better
always be a Stepney, but still it is allowing you to reach to your destination. Right?
destination, happily,
Something like that.
joyfully. And trust me, if a person doesn't have, who is in the state of lack, if
Mm,
he gets that thing 50%, he'll be more than happy. Trust me.
correct.
Right?
So
So,
let's say I have a question here. It's a question that let's say that somebody has a weak Mars. All right.
mhm, mhm.
And number nine represents Mars. All right.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
should the person wear a number nine T-shirt when he's playing, let's say, cricket or football or something like that, or should he wear the color of Mars, that is, let's say, coral color or something like that, to get the energy of Mars? Like,
Wearing,
what should the person do?
yes. So you know what I'll say?
Mm,
A better way to enhance would be definitely wearing, more than
mm,
wearing, because I cannot ask that person to wear every day red color. He can keep handkerchief of such colors
mm.
constantly with him.
All
So
right.
that number is constantly there with you. Okay.
Wow.
So you don't kind of need to wear everyday red color t-shirts. Obviously, you can do that when you are in your sports, in your playground area where you need maximum of that energy. But
Mm,
otherwise, also, if number 9 is missing from your date of birth, my
mm,
advice would be either have this, red color dhaga. What do you call
mm,
that?
correct.
Kalava or
Correct.
something.
Mhm.
Yes, that's also the reason why, many of the people are
They have
like
different
a
colors,
yes,
black,
yes,
yellow,
enhancing
sindoor
those
color.
energies.
Mm,
Sindoor color, yes. And the second way would be to carry your handkerchief. That's one of the best way. You will not use that handkerchief for your daily things though. It's just there to increase the vibrations. Again, there are so many options, having a laptop bag of red color. Me having
mm,
my hand purse of red color. Okay, if I lack the energy of number 9, if I lack the
mm, mm,
enthusiasm, if I am very lazy, okay,
mm,
I can enhance number 9 in that way, wearing a thread, okay,
mm,
of
mm,
red color. Um, there are so many ways, Purab. If you have a will, you will have a lot of ways. As simple as
Yeah.
that. Without spending too much. Putting sindoor of red color, as in ear, putting a
Kum,
tika every single
kumkum.
day.
In
Kum,
South, they put kumkum.
kum.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So some
Yeah.
people put a red color, some people put a white color, and some use yellow color, depending
Mm.
upon the energies they want to enhance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was really enriching conversation because you're like a Pandora box of
Oh,
information, knowledge,
yeah.
and experience, and
Yes.
because I keep processing because I am born in a Rahu nakshatra, so whenever I get to learn something new, there's a lot of firing of neurons happening in my brain. Okay, इसके लिए ये इसका ऐसा है, उसके लिए वो हो रहा था. So I am able to like connect the dots and
But
able to paint a picture that how relevant it is, like how factually true numerology is, because as you're explaining me complex numbers and simple numbers, I'm able to resonate with uh, core characters of people. Let's say
true.
a friend of mine is born on 24th, so number 6,
Number
right?
six.
And,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he has always been telling me that, my roll number sums up to number 6, my car number has a lot of 6, so there is 6 everywhere
Yeah.
around him, right?
Yeah.
And similarly with my mother, she's a number 5, and we had purchased a couple of vehicles in her name also, and the number plate will carry either 2 5s or 3 5s, so 5 has to be there, right?
Yeah.
And she's a Virgo ascendant, Mercury ruled, all right?
Oh,
So
wow.
one Mercurian energy, manifesting through her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So as we go further with 4, till 9, I think it's going to be an amazing and enriching conversation, and I would want to have you back as soon as possible so that we can do a next live and give out
Wonderful.
such amazing facts. So I want you to say something before we conclude, Anjali.
Honestly, I mean, I am so glad we did this, Purav. This was not even planned. Let me put it that way. I mean, I know we knew we are going to do a session, a numerology session, but
Mm.
just imagine, Purav. I mean, we had this intention, and we don't
Your
know how we
intention.
are going to do. Yes, but
Mm.
so that's what I'm trying to tell everyone. Purav and I had something in my mind. That thing didn't kind of worked out,
Mm.
but we thought that no, we are not going to give up. Let's try this, let's try that, and
Mm.
here we are in front of
Mm.
you. So again, I would say, please don't stop putting your efforts, because that's the only thing and it will lead you somewhere. Okay, so that's the first thing. Have Purav and I decided, no, the original thing that we decided, if that is not working out, we will not do anything. We would have not spent good 2 hours doing this thing, and which is
Absolutely.
so beautiful, which is so enriching.
The universe
Okay.
wants this to happen. That's why, the technical problems, we were not able to figure out how to go live,
Yes.
things like that. And
Yeah.
you suggested this. Credit goes to you also.
Oh no, I mean, see, I mean, I'm a very, very strong believer of this quote, where there is a will, there is a way. I strongly, blindly believe and follow this thing. I
Mm.
know if I have to do something, God will show me the way, as long as I'm strongly showing the urge that I want to do and I'm putting the efforts.
Mm.
So
Mm.
if you are associated with me, come to me only if you're ready to put efforts. I don't like people who just keep on complaining and are not ready to put efforts.
Mm.
I will listen to your
Mm.
complaints. I will help you, but you have to promise me that yes, Anjali, I will not give up. And we can create magic. Trust me, we can create magic. I mean, even if I'm not there, even if I'm not there to guide you through numbers or through anything else, I know every person have the ability to create its own magic in their life. It's
Mm.
all about you just keep trying, you will land up somewhere. So,
Correct.
Purav,
Correct.
my message is only build your own way. Don't worry about, which way will lead you where. It
Mm.
will lead you somewhere.
Mm.
You
Mm.
so be on that path, keep doing something or the other, and you will end up like us, where we are having this beautiful session. And yes, next time we will be back very, very soon in a better way, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, parting words from you, Purav.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for being a part of this and believing in my, uh, you know, core this thing, intuition that it's just time for us to come out and start giving knowledge for free, such
So
that
true.
people get empowered and everybody should grow together. As I said when we were having that phone call, and I told you
Yeah,
that Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So we all are a part of an extended family, and whatever people know, they should come and they should speak such that the other people are empowered. Something like that.
I totally agree. Sharing is caring, and that's what we are going to do with everyone. And
So
yes,
starting
uh,
from numerology, Anjali is a brilliant Vastu expert. So when we talk about Vastu, and I have seen changes happening in my life after doing some Vastu remedies from Anjali,
yeah,
like boosting my income, and also maintaining a bit of cordial ambience in my home. Temperaments were high. By you know doing some Vastu remedies, I would not reveal what I did because I want to keep it a secret. Otherwise, the magic will go with. Yeah. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely. As we touch Vastu and then we come to astrology as well, it's going to be amazing. I
yeah,
believe that.
yeah. And I mean, before parting, I really have to say this. As we progress, numbers are connected with Vastu also. Okay,
Mm.
so every number has its own direction,
Mm.
and that's how you enhance your Vastu. So all the modalities, in
Mm.
this occult
Mm.
science are interconnected with each other. Like you being an
Absolutely.
astrologer, whatever I'm saying with numbers, you will see the same thing in Puram in their chart also. Okay, so
Yeah.
we will be aligned that way. It's not that your numbers will be way too different from what you are seeing in their chart.
So
And
for me,
that's
I
the
learned a new thing today. My take home is I'm born on the 17th, so I am dominated by Sun and Ketu. So if I have to walk towards fame or something, then it has to be in the spiritual world.
spiritual. Yes, yes,
Spiritual.
that's so true. So
So
true.
this
You got
is
it.
something totally new, and I would like to explore this as we come to number 8. So I'm going to ask you extra questions when we'll be touching 17, right? Because
For
that's my
sure,
understanding.
for sure. We will, we
All
will.
right.
We'll see you all very soon. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you Pura for having me.
You're welcome, and thank you for being a part of this. And jaldi milte hain फिर से,
For
very soon.
sure,
All right.
for sure. Thank
Okay,
you. Bye
everyone.
bye to
Bye bye.
everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.